Good morning, afternoon, or evening from whenever or wherever you are watching this video from. I am Jack Adamas, back with my Premier League football predictions, episode 5, game week 5. Let's get straight into it. We start game week 5 with the half 12 kickoff on Saturday, which is the Merseyside derby between Liverpool and Everton. Liverpool came back again midweek against Atletico Madrid with another injury time winner, which now means they've won all 5 of their games so far this season from the 83rd minute onwards. Is it luck? Is it a mindset? Only time will tell, but Liverpool will be looking to make it 5 wins out of 5 in the Premier League for only the 3rd time in their history. Everton, though, they will be looking to put an end to that, and they have been on a good run of form themselves. They were on a 3-game winning streak before drawing 0-0 to Aston Villa last time out. They have kept 3 clean sheets in those 4 matches, and they will be looking to make it 7 league away wins for the first time in a calendar year since 2021. But with Liverpool only losing 2 of the last 29 meetings between these two sides, and with David Moyes losing all 9 of his last previous visits to Anfield with 4 different clubs, I think that will continue here, as I can see Liverpool winning in a 2-0 victory. Moving on to the 3 o'clock kickoffs on Saturday, we start at the Amex as we have Brighton hosting Tottenham. Brighton are having a stop-start season as they have won 2, lost 2 and drawn 1 in their first 5 games in all competitions, but only having 4 points in their last 4 league matches. It is their worst start to a season since the 2021 season, where they ended up finishing 16th. Tottenham have won 4 of their 5 games in all competitions so far this season, excluding the Super Cup, and they've done it looking very good defensively as they have kept 4 clean sheets in those 4 victories. They did win their last 2 away matches, scoring 5 goals in those 2 matches as well, so I am a bit surprised that Tottenham come into this game as underdogs. Brighton did do the league double over Spurs last season, however they have only kept 1 clean sheet in their last 16 Premier League matches, and for that reason I believe this one will finish in a 2-2 draw. Next up, we have Burnley at home to Nottingham Forest. Burnley have lost their last 2 matches to Manchester United and Liverpool to a singular goal, which both came in a harsh fashion as they were both conceded penalties in injury time to lose both of those matches. However, they still have a great record at Turf Moor, as that loss against Liverpool last weekend was their first loss under Scott Parker in 24 matches at home. Forest are currently in that period of be careful what you wished for, as they did sack Nuno, who got them to where they are. They now have Big Ange in the dugout, who has lost his first 2 games in charge of Forest, including a 3-2 defeat against Swansea in the Carabao Cup midweek. Forest have only won 1 of the last 9 head-to-heads between these two sides, but Big Ange can't afford to make it 3 losses in a row as Nottingham Forest manager. So for that reason, I do think they'll win here. I think it'll be a dull game, but I can see Nottingham Forest getting it in a 1-0 win. Also at 3 o'clock, we travel to the London Stadium where we have the London derby between West Ham and Crystal Palace. Graham Potter has some serious pressure building on him now, and he has lost 4 of his first 5 games in all competitions. He has conceded 3 goals plus in each of those defeats as well. So if they do lose here, I do think it will be the last time we see Graham Potter in the West Ham dugout. On the other hand, Palace have started off the season very well, and they are undefeated in their 7 games in all competitions so far this season, keeping 5 clean sheets in those 7 matches as well, so they will be confident that they can come here and leave with all 3 points. Palace have won 4 of the last 6 head-to-heads between these two sides. I do think come full time this one will end in a draw though. I think it will end in a 1-1 draw, but I don't know if that will be enough for Potter to keep his job. And for the last 3 o'clock kickoff, we travel to Molineux where we have Wolves hosting Leeds. We all know that Wolves are slow starters, but they are the only team without a point on the board so far this season, and that is their worst start to a season since they got promoted back to the Premier League in the 2018-19 season. However, they do feel like it's good enough, and Vitor Pereira is still the man in charge, as he did sign a 3-year contract extension. Leeds, after winning on opening day, have gone on to draw 1 and lose 2 of their last 3 Premier League matches. However, they were very unlucky last time out in defeat as they lost to an own goal against Fulham last weekend. Wolves have won 8 of their last 10 Premier League matches against newly promoted sides, a trend that will continue here as I can see them winning 2-0 with Strun Larsen celebrating his new contract with a goal. And for the 5:30 kickoff on Saturday, we travel to Old Trafford as we have Manchester United versus Chelsea. Another manager with building pressure is Ruben Amorim, as he has only got 31 points out of his 31 Premier League games in charge of Manchester United. He does have the club back in, but I do feel like if things don't turn around soon, I feel like he may walk from the job. Chelsea suffered a defeat to Bayern Munich midweek in the Champions League, which was a wake-up call, and it is a sign of things to come, as Chelsea will find it hard to struggle juggling Premier League football and Champions League football this season. Domestically, though, they have been good on the road, as they have lost only one of their last 6 games away from home. This is the most drawn fixture in Premier League history with 27 draws. I think that will be the case again this time, as I can see this one ending in a 2-2 draw. And for the 8 PM kickoff on Saturday, it is another London derby, as we have Fulham hosting Brentford. Fulham, after going winless in their first 3 Premier League matches, they registered their first win of the season last weekend against Leeds, and now they will be looking to make it back-to-back Premier League victories for the first time since February. However, they have lost 5 of their last 7 Premier League London derbies, so this will be a hard ask. Brentford also benefited from a stoppage time equaliser against Chelsea last weekend, so they are now coming into their second consecutive West London derby, and they will be looking to secure their second win of the season here. Fulham will be looking to win successive matches against Brighton at home for the first time since 1954, and I think they will do so in a 5-goal thriller here, as I can see Fulham winning in a 3-2 victory. Moving on to the first of 3 games to be played on Sunday, it is the 2 PM kickoff between Bournemouth and Newcastle. After Bournemouth lost on opening day to reigning champions Liverpool, they've now won 3 games on the bounce in the Premier League, all by a 1-goal margin. And like I've said already, after they lost 3 of their back 4 from last season, I did think they would struggle, but so far they're proving me wrong. Newcastle are struggling this season, and they have only got 1 win in their first 5 games in all competitions, and this will be a quick turnaround from yesterday playing Barcelona in the Champions League to playing on Sunday at 2 PM against Bournemouth, so they won't have much time to rest as they will be going into this game. And Newcastle have failed to score a goal in their last 3 Premier League away matches. However, they have won 4 of their last 5 visits to the Vitality Stadium. So for all these reasons, I think this one will finish in a draw. I think it will finish in a 1-1 draw. Also at 2 PM on Sunday, we have Sunderland at home to Aston Villa. Sunderland have started life back in the Premier League extremely well, with 2 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss to their name in their first 4 matches. I said it before and I'm going to stick by it. The Stadium of Light is going to be a hard place to go for every single team in the league this season. Villa have started off the season unlike anyone thought they would, and they are winless in their first 5 games in all competitions, scoring only 1 goal in that time as well, but I do believe it's just a matter of time before they turn this around. Sunderland have won only 1 of the last 12 league head-to-heads between these 2 sides. I do think that will continue here, as I can see Aston Villa winning here in a hard-fought 2-1 victory to kickstart their season. And to round out Game Week 5, it is the 4:30 kickoff on Sunday, game of the weekend, as we have 2 title challengers going up against each other as Arsenal host Man City. Arsenal have come back from their first setback of the season. After losing to Liverpool, they have now won back-to-back games in the Premier League and Champions League, and in those 2 games they have scored 5 goals and conceded none. They do also have a 2-day rest on Man City coming into this one, so could that play its part? City come here off the back of that defeat to Brighton. They have done the exact same thing as Arsenal, winning back-to-back games in the Premier League and Champions League, as they done it scoring 5 goals and conceding none themselves. However, both of those games were at home. Arsenal will be looking for the win here to make it back-to-back wins against Man City for the first time since 2015. I don't think they'll do that though, but I do think they'll make it 6 games without defeat against Man City, as I can see this one ending in a high-scoring 2-2 draw. Thank you very much if you are still here at the end of my video. I really do appreciate the love and support I've been getting from you guys. Please do continue to like, share, follow, but most importantly, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Have a good weekend, guys, and remember, if you don't shoot, you can't score. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.